So I'm off country here today on Awabakal Aboriginal land, and it's beautiful country here because the Awabakal elders past and present have done such a great job looking after it, and I pay my respects to them. I work for Transport for New South Wales in the Aboriginal engagement team. One of the projects I've worked on in the last few years has been an investigation into the preferred corridor route for the Lower Hunter Freight Corridor heavy rail bypass of Newcastle. One of the key things that we wanted to work on through that investigation was trying to understand the cultural values of the corridor investigation area, so that when we were making trade-offs about where the route would go, Aboriginal cultural values and the values that Aboriginal people hold in the landscape were understood, and that Aboriginal people could be involved in those trade-offs. We wanted to make sure that Aboriginal people could play a leading role in the cultural values assessment process, and that we considered the full range of values that Aboriginal people hold in the landscape beyond bones and stones. We wanted to consider the spiritual values of the landscape, those story places, places where Aboriginal people might go to collect resources, to engage in cultural practices, take their young people for teaching. One of the principal outcomes of the cultural values assessment process was a beautiful piece of fine art that presents those cultural values spatially, so that Aboriginal people can look at that piece of art, see the symbology, and see that the values that they hold in the landscape are represented in the decision-making process. So it was really a fantastic way to engage local people, adapt our processes to the skills in the community, build a project team, help the local Aboriginal community realise their capacity to provide services that we normally engage mainstream organisations to provide. What makes me feel proud about this project was that, there were people in Transport that were prepared to let the Aboriginal engagement team have a go at doing things in a different way, challenging the status quo, and we were able to apply government policy in a good way to realise local Aboriginal capacity. And engage Aboriginal people to talk about culture their way and present culture their way, rather than having it led by non-Aboriginal people. We were able to be really respectful in how we captured and presented Aboriginal cultural information, and we were able to have that guided by Aboriginal people from the local community.